Hello, listeners. This is Henrietta Moses signing on for the Renton Broadcast Network. Call sign KHZN 1101 on your radio dial. KHZN has been bringing the best in wireless entertainment to your living room since 1926. We have an evening of exquisite content for all types tonight, so sit back, relax, and enjoy some of the finest shows on radio. Tonight, we'll be starting with one of our new favorites, The Thin Man, The Case of the Goofy Groom, sponsored by Milkbone.
Tonight, we find Nick and Nora at a wedding being held at a fashionable hotel suite in Manhattan. We know Arthur Hornsby is an old friend of Nick's. The bride Jane is breathtakingly lovely, a fact which does not escape our hero.
When do we kiss the bride?
When the ceremony's over, silly. Why do they always mumble the ceremony into their ears?
The minister doesn't like to remind people of the rash promises they made when they got married. Look, Jane's trembling.
I know. Poor girl. She's probably crying.
What for?
For the same reason every bride cries. They wait for all the men they have to give out good.
You didn't cry.
I meant to, but I was too busy trying to make the justice of peace remember all of his lines.
You knew them better than he did.
I wanted to make sure I was thoroughly married.
And I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss your bride.
Come, dear.
But don't I kiss the bride?
Not yet. Arthur told me to meet him in that little room on the side.
What for?
I don't know. He just said it was important. Open the door.
All I can say is this is no way to treat a wedding guest. There's nobody here.
Oh, here they come, darling.
Nora!
Arthur, I want to wish you and Jane every happiness.
Oh, thank you, Nora.
Best of luck, Arthur. And may I?
Oh, you mean Jane?
I'd be very disappointed if you didn't. What are you waiting for, Nick?
Jane, you know I wish you the best.
You don't have to wish so hard, Vicky.
Oh, I didn't mind it, Nora.
You got a fine wife here, Arthur.
And that's the opinion of an excellent judge of watch, Arthur. But aren't you keeping the other guests waiting? I'm sure they want to congratulate you and Jane.
That's just it, Nora. Arthur's afraid to go out there.
Arthur, you can't disappoint the girls.
You don't understand. We're having some trouble.
Really? What's the matter?
Well, we don't know. Arthur, tell him.
Nick, will you and Nora take our place tonight? It'll be better all around.
But why? I'm not sure I under...
Stop, darling.
Nick!
God, quick on the race day at this wedding. Those shots came from back there. Someone put a gun to the door and fired.
Did you see him?
No, my back is toward him. Whoever fired... I'm gonna open the door and take a look.
Where does it lead?
The hotel corridor. Whoever fired those shots is long gone by now. Take it easy, Jane. Shots don't mean a thing unless they hit you.
I'm so frightened. This has been going on ever since we've been married.
But, Jane, you've only been married for a few minutes.
That isn't true. Jane and I received you married 2 weeks ago.
Oh, so you jumped the gun.
We just went through this to satisfy relatives and friends. But from the day after our marriage, someone's been trying to kill us.
Now, darling, don't let it upset you. We can only die once. I mean, Nick and Nora will help us.
Where were these murder attempts made?
Well, the first one was in our room in a small hotel in New Jersey. The second night after we were married, there were 2 more attempts in a small hotel in Vermont.
It's awful. You got to help us, Nora.
Why should anyone want to kill you, Arthur?
I don't know. Unless it has something to do with all that money Dad left me. You know, I came to my estate that Dad married. I think someone is trying to terrorize me. To extort money or something.
Did you inherit a lot of money?
Well, quite a bit.
What kind of honeymoon can we have if we're always afraid of being killed? I want a live, living husband for my honeymoon.
There, Turtle Dove. But Nora will keep me alive. Nick, I've worked out a plan.
Yes.
For this honeymoon, you be me, beginning right now.
What?
Nora can put Jane's pride up over her face and rush out. You can turn up your collar, and if no one sees how old you are, You can pass for me.
And Nora can pass for me.
We reserved the honeymoon suite at the Gilded Towers Hotel. You take that suite, and we'll take your apartment.
Then you can get killed instead of us.
Well, Jane, I don't like much being killed.
But Arthur says you've done it so often.
Of course he has. And we'll find out who's trying to harm you. I think it's a grand idea, but I think we ought to change clothes to complete the deception.
All right, the boys can go behind the screen.
Great. Come on, Nick.
Oh, I'm not so sure I'm gonna like this.
Here's the key to our apartment, Jane. And could you make sure to feed Asta? He gets grumpy when we leave him for too long.
Sure thing, Nora. Anything else special for Asta?
Give him a milk bone treat after he eats. Keeps his teeth clean and his breath fresh.
Here's my brow down, Nora. It zips up from the side. Do you think I'll make a good wife for Arthur?
Of course you will. Are you ready, dear? I'm almost...
Oh, ready as I'll ever be.
Keep your eyes peeled, darling. If the government's in the crowd, he'll follow us, and then I'll make it easy to capture him.
Nora, I'm not so sure I can fool anyone into thinking I'm a bridegroom.
Try, darling. Jane and Arthur, you better slip out the side door. To the corridor.
All right. And thanks a million.
Nikki, you do just look like a bridegroom. How'd you manage it?
I thought of the right thing to keep in my mind, I guess.
And what's that?
The mental picture of a murderer I knew. Walking down the last mile to the electric chair. Come along, dear.
The bridal suite is down the hall, Mr. and Mrs. Horsby.
Thank you. Come, my caveman.
Yes, howdy, Ryan. But aren't you supposed to blush a little, dear?
I've been trying all evening.
Choke a little. That'll make you blush.
Alright. How's that?
No good. So the bellboy doesn't get too suspicious.
Here we are.
Come in, Sugarfoot.
Alright.
Good gracious. Are you going to carry the bride across the threshold? What kind of a bridegroom are you anyway?
I forgot.
Well, it doesn't need to forget such things, but if you forget anything else, I'll remind you.
Really?
Yes. I know all about being a groom, and what a bride should do.
How interesting. How many times have you been a bride?
Never, but I've seen so many couples. You see, the hotel assigns me to take to the bridal suite, and I've made a study of honeymooners.
What's your name, son?
They call me Honeymoon Harvey. Well, come on now. Let's get started. Carry the bride across the threshold.
Okay, Buttercup. There.
Ooh, you seem like a pretty weaker to me. Put her down and kiss her. I'll draw the shades.
Never mind.
Madam, are you going to tell me what to do? I know more about these things than you. The shades will be drawn. There. Where's your luggage?
Luggage. Our bags will be arriving later.
Later? Good gracious. Going on a honeymoon without luggage? I think I'll need to give you a
Never mind. Here, boy. Just leave us alone.
Well, now you're talking more like a honeymooner, but I usually leave people alone for a bigger tip.
Don't you have something else to do?
That's how a man celebrating his 20th anniversary talks. You'll have to let me give you a few tips on how to bring
I'll tell him. Mr. Honeymoon Harvey, are we keeping you?
Okay, I can take a hint. Well, folks, is there anything you want? Anything I can do for you? Any errands you want done? Any advice? Any information?
Don't worry. We'll call on you.
Well, you better not, because I won't tell you a thing, Mr. and Mrs. Know-It-All. Good night.
We didn't seem to fool him.
No, he must be a result of the manpower shortage. Darling, what are we going to do about clothes?
I guess we'll phone our apartment and have Arthur and Jane send some over in the morning. Did anyone follow us here?
I didn't notice anyone.
How do you like the way I look in Jane's bridal gown?
You look blooming, dear, especially since it's a little tight on you.
It is not. Are you trying to tell me I'm not as slim and girlish as Jane?
No, darling. I'm trying to tell you Jane isn't as attractive and charming as you are, dear.
My Nikki, you make me feel like a real bride again. Come here.
What for?
Do as I tell you and stop acting like a husband.
I wish I could. What do you want, baby?
Just this, silly.
Hold me tight, Nora. Don't take your lips away.
Darling, at last you're a groom.
I am not. I'm just being sensible. We're in danger.
What do you mean?
The connecting door to the next room is opening, but being watched by someone. I want to surprise him.
Oh, I get it. You think it's the gunman who's after Arthur?
Maybe. I can see a glint of a gun in the crack of the door. Which hip do you prefer to land on?
The left's so bruised from last week.
Okay. The shooting starts, I'm going to push you over. Stay on the floor while I try to rush the gunman. And if... going after him, baby! Hey, come back here! Come in the adjoining room. I've got him, baby. I'll need some help.
I'm coming, darling. Oh, it's dark in here. Where are you, Nick?
Wrestling on the floor. Turn the light switch and get away the bullets.
Here's the switch. Nick, stop wrestling with that girl and find someone your own size.
Let go of my hands. You're breaking my wrist.
Drop the gun and I'll let go.
All right, fine.
Get up.
Who's the tomato?
My wife.
Do you train him to go around treating girls like that?
Listen, who are you? What's your name?
Bingo Burns, what's yours?
Nick Charles. How'd you get the name of Bingo?
They call me Bingo because I'm the right number.
Why'd you try to kill us?
Because I made a mistake, okay? I thought you were two other people. Look, pal, give me back my gun and we'll call this whole thing off and forget about it, okay?
Why do you want the gun? So you can kill someone else?
Nah.
A woman?
How'd you guess?
And would her name be Jane Hornsby?
You know too much. I'm getting out of here.
Hey, come back here. Nora, stop her.
Oh!
Nice work, Nora. How'd you do it?
I tricked her. Cute little number, isn't she?
Bingo.
And now, Act 2 of tonight's Thin Man adventure. Nick and Nora, posing as newlyweds, have just captured Bingo, a cute little number who tries to shoot them full of holes. Nora examines her and she comes out of her daze and tells Nick,
She looks good on the floor. Come on, Bingo. Get up and don't try to get away again.
All right. Listen, are you Nick Charles, the detective?
Yeah.
I heard you were a right guy. I didn't mean to kill you, honest I didn't.
Did you mean to kill Jane Hornsby?
I knew a woman would understand. Yeah. See? I confess, I'm honest.
Why did you want to murder her?
I got a very, very good reason. I don't like her. She's still Arthur, the little crook!
Was Arthur engaged to you?
Well, I didn't exactly get around to proposing to him, but we were crazy about each other until she came along. I guess I must be nuts about him. All I want to do is kill her! I love him so.
Were you at the wedding today?
Yeah, I came disguised as a debutante.
Did you try to murder her there, too?
Murder a girl at her own wedding? What kind of a character do you think I am? Did someone try to kill her?
Yes.
Goody, I bet I know who it is. Snaky Simon Stacy.
Who's Snaky Simon?
A snake with pants on. I met him when I used to do my specialty in the cabaret. He's a gambler who hisses like a snake when he talks, and he's a friend of that Jane's. She's no lily, she ain't.
What are you talking about?
Sneaky Simon. I saw him at that wedding, and I saw him talking to that Jane in a hotel they stayed at in New Jersey when they got secretly married.
Oh, so then you've been following Arthur around, huh?
Like a dog. I love him. Like a dog.
Why would Jane be talking to Snaky Simon?
For some sinister reason, I bet.
I'd like to get a hold of this Snaky Simon.
I'll show you where he lives.
Not yet. First, we're going to check with Arthur on this story you've given us. Nora, phone our apartment.
All right, dear.
Okay, Bingo. Who are you working with?
What are you talking about?
What's your racket? Who's in it? Come on, spill.
I got nothing to spill but tears. You got a deep misunderstanding of me. I'm just a poor, hard-working chorus girl who wants a millionaire, but not for the money, mind you, for love.
Hello?
Hello?
Nora?
Yes, Arthur.
Nora, I was just gonna phone you. Something awful has happened.
Oh no, is Asta okay?
Yeah, but Jane has disappeared.
Are you sure?
Yes, she's gone. I went downstairs for a minute, and she was gone when I got back. I know what the racket is now. I know why they terrorized me. They kidnapped Jane.
You stay there, Arthur. We'll be right over.
All right, Nora. I just feel terrible. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Nick, Jane's gone. Arthur says she was kidnapped.
All right, baby. You go over there and tell him about Bingo.
Where are you going?
To find Snaky Simon. I've got a good idea he'll know where Jane is. Move it, Bingo.
No.
But Jane's been kidnapped. They might even kill her.
Do you think Arthur's gonna like it if you behave like this?
All right. sick of the men I love. I will rescue the tomato I hate. Leave us. Depart. I guess Snaky Simon isn't home?
Wait a second, Bingo. Here's someone coming.
Yes?
Hello, Snaky Simon.
Hello, Bingo. Who's the friend?
The name's Nick Charles. Can I come in?
You can. But you can't.
Why's that?
Because you ain't welcome.
You see the low kind of snake he is?
I know who you are, Charles. What do you want with me?
I want Jane Hornsby.
Never heard of her. Now scram.
Nick, his shirt's bleeding blood!
Yeah, he was shot from the back.
Grab him, he's toppling forward!
No, can't. Got it. No. Bingo, pull him off me.
Oh, no, I won't touch him, he's all full of blood.
So am I. This guy weighs 200 pounds. Come on, move him.
Is he dead?
Yes?
Then I won't touch him, it's bad luck.
Fine. Maybe I can squeeze out.
You're doing all right.
Yeah, you've been a big help.
Don't mention it.
Killer may still be inside. Come on.
If the killer's still in there, I'm staying right here, in the doorway.
It's all right, Bingo. Whoever shot him escaped through the back servants' entrance.
Well, then you'd better drag him in.
Okay. Ugh, there. Well, I didn't expect this.
I didn't do it. I was with you every minute. I'm innocent. Absolutely innocent as a newborn baby. Innocent, innocent, innocent.
Okay, who said you weren't?
Do you think he kidnapped Jane?
He must have been working with someone.
Do not disturb yourself. I will answer. Hello?
Hello, Chicklet. How's a little investment?
Oh, I'm fine.
Give me that phone, Bingo.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello? Is that you, Snaky?
Yes. Who's this?
Georgia the Germ. You got the investment there.
Yeah.
Ask her when we're going to get the dividends.
Dividends?
You know what I'm talking about. What's the matter with you, Snaky? You sound weird.
Got some people here. Where can I see you?
Marked up.
All right. Wait for me. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Say, what are you doing with that corpse, Nick?
Going through his pockets.
Huh? There are money-making angles to this detective racket even I didn't think of. Do I get a cut?
His pocketbook, Bingo. Just looking up the address of a character named Georgie the Germ. This must be it. Hotel Chandelier.
Oh, that place? You have to have a police record before they'll even let you register.
Come on, Bingo. We're gonna go see him.
What for?
We might find Jane there.
Hope she ain't dead. Nick, that man called me an investment. Is that an insult?
No, Bingo. I think that's the key to this whole mess. Remind me to call Nora from the lobby of the Chandelier.
Or we should have heard from Jane by this time. Or at least the kidnappers.
I'm sure Nick will find her, Arthur.
I can't believe the Bingo is mixed up in all this. She's a good kid at heart, I swear. What a thing to happen on a guy's second wedding night.
I'll take that, Arthur. Hello?
Nora, baby. Is Arthur all right?
Yes?
Snaky's been murdered. Listen, meet us in room 788 at the Hotel Chandelier. Get there as fast as you can. And bring Asta. I have an idea he might be useful.
All right, dear. Shall I bring Arthur too?
Yes. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Come here, Asta. Come on, Arthur, we're going out.
No, I can't leave here. The kidnappers may contact me. I bet that's the intermediary.
Arthur?
Jane? Jane, darling, oh, my little fruit fly.
They were horrible, but they got scared and let me go. Oh, Arthur! Arthur? Jane, we've gotta go meet Nick. Stop kissing her and start breathing or you'll both suffocate. Arthur!
You don't need Nick now. Just close the door when you go out, Nora. My little gumdrop.
My tutti frutti. My neck. Goodbye.
just want to know who the investment is.
Hey, I'm the strong silent type. Especially silent. Don't touch that glass.
I was just looking at it.
We'll get it full of germs.
So that's why they call you Georgie the Germ. I had a feeling.
I'm gonna let my friends call me that.
What kind of a deal were you with Snaky?
Stop asking so many questions. I'm telling you nothing. You can't prove nothing on me. Not only have I kept my nose clean, I'm antiseptic.
Nikki, I rushed over here.
Hello, darling.
Don't kiss her, you dope. You can never tell what you'll catch.
Nora, this character is Georgie the Germ.
A little crazy.
I am not. And what's more, you don't understand about germs.
Don't you ever kiss girls?
Of course not. You think I want to die?
Okay, Georgie. I think I've got a way to make you tell us everything we want to know.
Hey, let go of me.
Bingo. Do you have that MILKBONE I gave you?
Yeah, Nick, why?
Place it in Georgie's pocket.
Okay.
Who's the investment?
I ain't saying.
Nick, let me help.
Go on, darling. I'll hold his arms. Steady there, Georgie.
What are you gonna do? Hey, what are you doing?
Something dire, I'm sure. Asta, here's a milkbone boy, go find it.
I can't bear it. I can't stand it.
Then talk.
No!
Get him, Asta, lick his face.
Oh, this is the end. You win, Nick.
Is Jane the investment?
Yeah, Snaky and I put the money up for buy clothes and when she met Arthur Hornsby. Financed the whole romance.
No wonder I didn't win. Nobody financed me.
What was to be the payoff? We're gonna kill Arthur?
Yeah, that's right. Jane would have got the dough and it all split.
Where's Jane now?
She's at our place, dear, with Arthur.
What?
She came in a moment after you phoned. I left them in each other's arms.
It's as good a way to die as any. Come on. We better get back there. I just hope we're not too late.
And now for the solution of tonight's Thin Man adventure.
Were you terribly worried about me, Sugar Plum?
I most certainly was, Jane darling. What are you doing with that gun, Dewdrop?
Just seeing how it works. I'm never gonna be without one again.
Where did you get it?
I packed in my luggage. It works beautifully, dear. Just like this.
Nick, what are you doing here?
Oh, I live here. Or have you forgotten? Arthur, Nora's downstairs. She's got a surprise wedding gift for you. Will you go help her out with it?
Sure. I wonder what it could be.
Now, Jane, do you ever have your wrists slapped?
Not since I was a naughty little girl. What's the big idea?
That was because you've been a naughty big girl. And to get the gun out of your hand.
Just what are you after?
A split on the take.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Arthur's money. I know who killed Snaky.
Do you?
Yeah, and this gun I've got in my hand can send you straight to the electric chair. Better be real nice to me, Janie.
That isn't so hard, Nick.
Do we do business?
Anything you say. You're cute.
Isn't that funny? I think so too. Look, I've got a patsy for Snaky's murder. I can use him for Arthur's too.
Well,
Georgie the Germ. I can frame him with the gun, but why'd you kill Snaky? Because you didn't want to split on the take?
yeah, and because he was impatient. And tried to scare me. Like after the day after you started shooting after the wind today.
You better not try and double-cross me. Will you get rid of Arthur when I send him back up?
Okay, how much do you want?
70% of what you get.
It's a deal. Give me back the gun.
Oh, don't be silly, Janie. Arthur, Nora, Bingo, Asta. You can come out of the kitchen now.
Dewdrop, how you deceived me.
What is this?
A trap, Janie. We heard your confession. We heard everything you said. We snuck through the servants' entrance.
You see, Arthur? She's a jerk with a heart of dirt. Like I told you, I love you. If you marry me, I wouldn't try and bum you off, Artie. I love you.
All right, Nora. Call the police and tell them the bridal suite ready at headquarters.
Poor Arthur. I bet he'll never want to marry again.
Ah, don't worry. Bingo will console him and change his mind.
Yeah, she's a cute trick.
Yeah, and Ress as well. It's just amazing that a boy like Arthur is such a darn fool about women.
Is it, dear?
Now sure, you take me for instance.
The only reason you didn't make a fool about yourself, about women, is that you did take me.
Why no, I've always been very sensible.
Really? What about that fortune teller you earlier there because she told you it was in the cards? Or the trapeze artist you like because she raised herself to great heights? Or that college girl cheerleader who was always rooting for you?
Well, I was just young.
Yes, and I had to get you when you're old.
Well, darling, I was old enough to know what a wonderful girl I was getting.
My Nikki, that's really sweet.
I think so too. Let me say it tonight.
What?
Good night, Nora, darling.
Good evening. This is Sergeant Johnston, and I'm a recruiter with the United States military, coming to you live on KHZN 1101 on your radio dial. It takes every American to defend our democracy. Whether you're a banker, farmer, or welder, we have a place for you in the Army, Navy, Air Force, and the Marines. Join the United States military today. People love a patriot in uniform. Bravery, adventure, and courage await you. Never has our country faced such a villainous adversary, so willing and determined to take away our liberties. The coalition of allied forces including Britain, France, Norway, and even Argentina need our help and have our backs. Fight the evils of tyranny and protect our sacred Constitution and its promises. Your country and the free world depend upon you. Join at your local enlistment center today and protect our freedom.
Thank you to the cast for that fantastic opening to our evening of programming. Next up on KHZN, a new 5-minute mystery, Death Calls at Dinner, sponsored by Santa Fe Mexican Grill.
Another 5-minute mystery, brought to you by Santa Fe Mexican Grill.
Santa Fe Mexican Grill, when you just have to have Mexican food.
An anniversary party is going on at the Brown household around the corner. One of the guests, George Taylor, pauses while eating his dessert, saying,
Oh, best lemon pie I've ever tasted, Mary.
Oh, really?
Oh, I just wish my wife could do as well. It looks as Sam isn't appreciating much, though.
Goodness, dear. Is my cooking that bad? Sam, your head is practically in your plate. I guess he's fallen asleep, everyone. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Sam! Sam! Sit up! Sam! It's dreadful. I'd better shake him. Sam! Sam!
Great guns! He's dead!
How do you do? I'm Sergeant Parker, Homicide Division, and this is one of my boys, Mike Grady. Where's the body?
In the dining room, at the table. We didn't move him.
You might as well be comfortable, everybody. This will take just a little while. Dead, all right. Peaceful, too. Who's Mrs. Sam Brown?
I am.
You mind telling me what happened?
I guess not. I'm so shocked. I don't know where to begin or what to tell you.
Well, you might as well begin by telling me what you served for dinner.
Well, we had soup first.
Soup. What kind?
Mushroom, and then roast chicken, green peas, mashed potatoes, and I served him coffee, but I don't see how this can mean anything.
Just routine, Mrs. Brown. Did Mr. Brown eat everything?
Yes, he did. He seemed to fall asleep over his coffee. And when I try to wake him, I found he's had a heart attack.
Yeah. That'll be all for a few minutes, Mrs. Brown. We want to take a look around. Notice anything about this table, Mike?
No, Chief. Can't say as I do.
Neither do I. Let's look in this kitchen. Gnarly person, isn't she? Stacked dishes after each course.
Yeah, silverware over here. Hey, look, Chief. One of these spoons has turned black.
Black? Let me see it. The only spoon that's tarnished too. Well, I was beginning to think it was a heart attack or for murder, but this silver soup spoon is evidence enough. Mrs. Brown.
Yes, Sergeant Barker?
I'm sorry to interrupt your little party, Mrs. Brown, but I'm sure your guests won't mind.
I don't understand.
You will, Mrs. Brown. You will. You see, you're under arrest for the murder of your husband.
Do you know why Sergeant Barker accused Mrs. Brown of murder? In moments, we'll hear the solution. But first, a word from our sponsor, Santa Fe Mexican Grill.
Have you ever tried Mexican food? It's real delicious. And you don't have to make the trip to Mexico to get it. It's local, hot, and ready as soon as it reaches your table. Spices and flavors like you've never tasted, all wrapped up in one meal. From tostadas to enchiladas, from the best taco in town to the best rice and beans around. If you're craving some nice, hearty Mexican cuisine, Santa Fe Mexican Grill is the place to be. And the best part? It's located in Renton, the vacation destination. A taste of Mexico right at home.
And now, back to our story.
Sergeant Barker, how did you know it was homicide?
Well, Mrs. Brown took careful pains to wash the soup pans and soup dishes before she served the rest of the meal.
Yeah, I can see that.
But she forgot one thing, to wash the silver soup spoons. What she didn't realize was that an hour later, by the end of dinner, the spoon her husband had used to eat his toadstool soup would give her away. She didn't know that toadstools make silver turn black. Mrs. Brown almost committed the perfect murder, but she forgot to wash one spoon.
What a stunning revelation in that mystery. I, for one, didn't suspect Mrs. Brown in the least. We'll have another 5-minute mystery later this evening, so keep your dial tuned to 1101 to hear all the best programming of KHZN. Speaking of mysteries, our next show features another detective. Boy, does he have a tough case tonight. Give it up for Dick Tracy in the case of the Big Top murders.
Tootsie Rolls, America's best-known candy, presents America's best-known detective.
Just a moment, little boy. What's all this?
This is the new Dick Tracy Show.
Dick Tracy, America's favorite detective?
Right you are, presented by Tootsie Rolls, that favorite American candy.
Egad, man, Dick Tracy.
And Tootsie Rolls, too.
That sounds exciting.
It is, Mr. Flintheart, it is.
Well, then, let's get on with it.
Tonight's story, the case of the Big Top murders. Our story begins in the office of Hambone Schill, manager of Big Top Circus.
You stole my new cape. You're a liar.
Shut up, both of you now. What seems to be the trouble?
She's accusing me of stealing her cape. She says I stole her cape.
She did. I just had it made. It was in the dressing room.
Why don't you take care of your own things?
Stop, now. One at a time. You, Sultan, what is it?
Mr. Schill, my new cape, the one I used in my act with Prancer the Dancing Elephant, it's been stolen.
Why do you accuse me? There are hundreds of people around this circus. I don't need your old cape.
Of course you don't need it. You did it out of spite because my Dancing Elephant act gets spilling over your cats.
Dirty little...
Hit me with your whip, will you?
Zelda, now listen to me.
She hit me. Hit me with her whip.
She had it coming to her, saying I stole her cape.
You better leave, Faye, while I talk to Zelda. Go on.
Sure, pamper her. She's your star. I don't need anything around the circus anymore. Everything is Zelda her dancing elephant.
That isn't true, Faye. You're getting more money than Zelda.
Money? What does that mean? It's billing that counts. Why is she in the star spot? I used to be there.
Because you're a has-been, you and your old cats.
How would you like another cup with my whip?
Just try it.
Get out. Faye, go on. It's only 20 minutes of showtime. Get out and get ready for your act.
Sure, I'll go. But you haven't heard the last of this, Zelda.
not by a juggle.
Oh, hello, Fred.
Shut up.
What goes with her?
She's sore about something, Deadfoot.
Oh. Here's your cake, Zelda.
My cake? Where did you find it, Deadfoot?
It was in a dressing tent.
But I looked all over for it. It's been gone since last night.
Well, you've got it now, so forget about the trouble. Get ready.
Want me to go with you, Zelda?
Look, Duckfoot, I told you how I feel about you. I'm not in love with you. Why don't you leave me alone?
Sure. I'm sorry, Zelda. You might thank me for finding your cake.
So long, Shill. See you after the performance.
What's the matter, Deadfoot? Zelda say no?
She laughs at me because I'm a clown. Clowns have feelings behind their painted faces. Clowns can love. And clowns can hate.
Come, Tess, my dear girl. Tracy, old man, we're late. The performance has already begun.
We certainly are, and it's all your fault, Dick.
I'm sorry, Tess, but you know what my job is.
We should have gone to the circus without him.
Oh, Vitamin, you don't mean that.
Well, we're never going to see the show now if we don't get a move on.
Righto, carry on. The big top is just ahead.
You were here last night, weren't you, Tess?
Oh, yes, and I loved it. Duckfoot the Clown, Fayline and her trained tigers, and best of all, Zelda and her dancing elephant.
Sounds if you were here last night, my dear girl. Why do you want to see it again tonight?
Don't you know, Vitamin? Tess has become a candid camera fiend. She takes pictures all the time. Of everything.
Oh, that's where all that paraphernalia is?
Hold up your tickets, please.
Yes,
Hold up
Vitamin,
your tickets.
when I was at the circus last night, I realized what wonderful possibilities the circus offered for photographs.
Well, you shouldn't have asked me to come along. What you need is a small truck to carry all your equipment.
Oh, is it heavy, Dick?
Hold your own ticket, please. Still time to see Zelda and her dancing elephant right this way.
I've got the tickets. Come on, here you are, miss.
Go right in.
Sounds.
What's the matter, Vitamin? Catching cold?
It's the act. Feline and a trained tigers. I can't stand cats. I'm allergic to them. They'd be sneeze eating the side of them.
Well, you can open your eyes now, Vitamin. Tiger's going off now.
Got it. I got a beautiful shot.
How many pictures have you taken already, Tess?
I haven't the slightest idea, Dick, but I'm saving one whole roll of film for Zelda and her dancing elephant. She's wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, the star attraction of the Big Top Circus, renowned throughout the world, the greatest, most thrilling attraction of all time, Zelda and her dancing elephant.
Watch this, Dick. Vitamin. Zelda comes out into the ring over there, and the elephant comes out on this side.
Indeed.
And the elephant curtsies.
Oh, Tess.
He does, Dick. You'll see. And then Zelda and the elephant go into a waltz.
Probably does it better than I do. As your little white snowflake always says.
Got it. I got a picture of the curtsy, Dick.
They're going to waltz now. She's walking toward the elephant.
He's backing away from her.
It's part of the act, old man. The elephant pretends he doesn't want to dance.
No, that isn't the way it went last night. Something's wrong, Dick.
Egad, look!
He's picked her up by the cape and he's swinging her.
She'll be killed!
Tess!
He's killed her! Egad!
I trampled her to death.
I don't see why we had to come down here to your office this morning, Mr. Tracy. What happened to Zelda last night was an accident.
That's just what the police would like to determine, Miss Line.
Mrs. Tracy, he's right. I've been with the circus for 40 years. I've seen plenty of accidents like last night's.
It's part of the job, Mr. Tracy. The risk, I mean. When you work with animals, well, you never know. Take it from me.
You mean to say, my dear woman, that those tigers of yours haven't been trained? That they're wild?
Oh, they've been trained, Mr. Flintart. They're still wild. Give them one chance.
Pardon me, but I didn't bring you people down here to discuss animal training. A woman was killed last night.
Why don't you both sell this elephant for murder?
Miss Line, I'm doing my best not to lose my temper with you, and
You've done nothing since you've come in but give smart answers to my questions.
You must forgive her, Mr. Tracy. She's upset. Everyone connected with the show is. What more do you want to know?
Let's put it this way, Miss Schill. It's possible to direct an animal to kill, isn't it?
Why, yes, but...
Nobody could handle the elephant but Zelda.
I see.
Everyone loves Zelda, including the elephant. And yet she's dead.
No one said everyone loved her.
You didn't?
No. It was a small disagreement, Mr. Tracy. Matter of billing, nothing serious.
I didn't do it. Don't look at me. Ask Dougford, some of the others.
Duckfoot, the clown. I asked him to come here this morning, too. Where is he?
He said he was coming.
Did he hate Zelda, that funny little clown?
Same thing. He loved her, wanted to marry her. She insulted him, made a fool of him. Once he threatened to kill her.
Faye!
It's true! I heard it. Maybe he had something to do with it.
Yes, I'd like to speak with him.
Well, if you've got nothing more to ask me, I'm going. Coming, Shill?
If Mr. Tracy is through with us.
I guess that's all for now, Shill. I'll drop in on you after the performance this evening, just to look around.
Certainly, Mrs. Tracy, anytime.
Oh, yes.
Dick, I developed the pictures I took last night at the circus. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had visitors.
Quite all right, miss. We were just leaving. Come on, Faye. Bye, Mr. Flintheart.
Goodbye, my good man.
Mind if I walk into your car, Miss Shill? I'd like to ask you a few things about Duckfoot the Clown.
Come on, Mrs. Tracy.
Be back in a moment, Tess.
Egad, my dear girl, it's mystifying. Positively mystifying.
You mean about Zelda's death, Vitamin?
Yes, imagine me, dear. A little clown named Duckfoot was in love with her. She spurned his affections, and he, in wrath, turned her own elephant against her, persuaded the beast to kill his mistress. Killed with an elephant. Must have been an easier way.
Vitamin, I don't believe it happened that way.
Tracy does, my dear. At least he's very much interested in that theory.
Pardon me? I'm looking for Mr. Tracy.
This is his office. He'll be back shortly. Won't you come in and wait?
Thank you. He said he wanted to speak to me.
Are you at the circus, my good fellow?
Yes, I'm Duckfoot.
Duckfoot, the clown?
Sounds, my good man, I'd never know you on the street. That makeup of yours. Hilarious.
Oh, I've got some pictures of you here. Would you like to... Oh, I just remembered
Remembered what?
about the accident last night. I've got those here too. I don't suppose you want to be reminded of what happened.
Egad, no.
You mean you have actual photographs of the elephant and of Zelda?
Yes?
I would like to see them. I would like to see them very much.
Well, here they are. There.
Amazing. Truly amazing. All those tiny photographs, my dear Tess. You've caught every moment of that horrible tragedy.
Yes, Miss Trueheart. They are amazing. And they tell me a very interesting thing.
Do they, dear Duckfoot?
They tell me that Zelda was murdered.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the intermission. What a stunning development that poor clown Duckfoot shared with us. Frankly, it's truly sad, this business with the elephant. So truly sad.
I know something that could cheer everyone up, Mr. Flintheart.
You do?
Yes, something that could even make a sad clown happy.
Oh, really? Well, share it, man.
Here's my advice. Just hand out a handful of these big nickel-sized Tootsie Rolls. They'll give you an energy lift, put a pep in your step, guaranteed to put a big grin on anyone's face. Just remember that Tootsie Roll is a candy treat that can't be beat. It's so chewy, so chocolatey, and so delicious. It'll really tickle your taster.
Goodness, I do believe you're right. Already I feel more chipper myself.
Why sure, Mr. Flintheart. Everyone, I mean everyone, is happy to see Tootsie Rolls. Why, they're an all-American favorite from coast to coast, with little folks and big folks too. You simply can't lose when you choose Tootsie Rolls. Here, have another Tootsie Roll, and be sure to join us next time for the conclusion of Dick Tracy in the case of the Big Top murders. Dick Tracy, brought to you by Tootsie Rolls, America's favorite candy. Tonight, the conclusion of the Big Top murders. During the last episode, Duckfoot the Clown revealed that the death of Zelda the elephant trainer was the result of murder, and not an accident. As we rejoin our story, Dick Tracy is tracking down Duckfoot to question him further.
You say nobody's seen Duckfoot, Miss Schill.
No, Mr. Tracy. He didn't show up for the evening performance either. Show just ended 5 minutes ago.
I see. Well, hold on to him when and if he comes back.
I will, Mr. Tracy. I'll let you know. I'll call.
It's very important.
I realize that.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Duckfoot the Clown. Still missing, eh?
Yes.
Tracy, do you think he may have, met with foul play?
Why do you say that, Tess?
He knew that Zelda had been murdered.
But how? How did he know?
By looking at the photographs that Tess took of the tragedy, old man. Who told you that?
I've looked at those photographs from every possible angle, Vitamin. You've looked at them. Tess has looked at them. Have either of you been able to see anything that would indicate murder?
No.
Buddy said it was murder. Said it very definitely, old man.
This is the most confusing case I've ever had, but I have a hunch, just a hunch that a murder's been committed. Duckfoot confirms that hunch.
And then disappears?
Here, it's 11 o'clock already. It hasn't returned. Why didn't you two hold him here until I got back?
We told him you'd want to know what he said.
But he wouldn't stay, Dick. He said he had a score to settle.
In his very words, old man.
It's a big help to me.
About these pictures, Dick.
Yes,
Do you think it might help if they were larger?
it might. These little candid-sized shots are just too small.
Give them to me. I'll take them home and enlarge them. It won't take half an hour.
We'll come along, my dear girl, and help.
You can come along, Vitamin, but Dick has to wait for Miss Schill's call.
That's right, I nearly forgot. I shall remain here too then.
Well, see you both later.
Yes, Tess. See you later.
What's the matter, old sleuth? You don't seem your usual keen self tonight.
Vitamin, this case has got me completely baffled.
Now, baby. They can let you out of your cage. Go to sleep. That's a good baby. Come on now. There.
Faye Line?
Duckfoot? Where have you been? You missed 2 shows. Jill is mad.
Mind if I come in your dressing tent, Faye?
No. Come in.
I had something to talk to you about.
Have you seen Jill? Or Tracy?
No. I didn't want to see them. That's why I stayed away from the show this afternoon tonight. I wanted to see you first. Alone.
What about?
Have you seen the photographs?
What photographs?
Taken last night by Tracy's friend, Tess Trueheart. She's got it all down on film. How Zelda was killed.
So what? I saw how she was killed. Her elephant trampled her.
No, Faye. He didn't trample her. He trampled her cape. The pictures show it very plainly.
Yeah? Well, what do you want me to do?
You killed her, Faye.
No. No!
You killed her. You're as guilty as if you placed a gun against her head and pulled the trigger.
You're crazy!
Am I? You were jealous of her. Jealous because she outshone you. Because she was a better star than you were.
I didn't! Kill her!
Photographs will tell the story, Faye. The photographs. And I will say one thing. They'll convict you.
You can't prove it. Anything you say, they won't believe you. You hated her too. You could have done it.
No. No. I loved her. I loved her.
She mocked you. Ignored you. You were dirt under her feet for all she noticed you.
I loved her. And you killed her.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to tell them.
Wait, look, Duckfoot. I've got money. I saved it. You can have it.
You killed her.
Just take the money. Keep your mouth shut.
No, Faye. I'm going to tell them. Tell them about the cape.
Duckfoot, come back. Listen. He's gone. Well, there's only one thing to do. Only one way to stop him. Come out, baby. Go get him. Get him for me. Go. He'll stop him. Stop him forever.
I came as soon as I got your call, Miss Schill. Did Duckfoot have a chance to speak before he died?
No, Mr. Tracy. Before my man could get to him, get that cat off of him, he was through.
Quiet little man. Egad. Who would think he was a murderer?
How'd you arrive at that conclusion, Vitamin?
Well, old sleuth, he saw the photographs, didn't he?
Yes.
He realized that he was discovered, so...
You think he killed himself?
Of course. Think of it, old man. He killed himself with an elephant, killed himself with a tiger. Incredible. Incredible.
Exactly, Vitamin.
You mean the theory is right, old gumshoe?
No, I mean it's incredible.
Duckfoot knew nothing about controlling animals, Mr. Tracy. He couldn't have been guilty of Zelda's death.
And yet, he knew enough to see in the photographs that Zelda had been murdered. Schill, where is Feline?
I don't know, Mr. Tracy. No one's seen her since after her performance tonight.
And the tiger, my dear man. Where is it?
Strange thing about that cat. He had a bad time for it for a few minutes. But once we got into phase 10, the animal went right back into its cage and went to sleep.
She keeps it in her tent? Egad.
It's her favorite. She calls it baby.
I wonder what Duckfoot saw in the photographs that we didn't see. Now we'll never know.
Perhaps. I could see it too, Mr. Tracy. Maybe it's something that only a circus man would recognize.
I thought of that, Schill. After I got the call from you telling me about Duckfoot's death, I phoned Miss Trueheart and told her to meet us here, with the photographs. She's enlarged them.
Good. I suppose you realize that all this trouble business is going to be bad for my show, Mr. Tracy.
Of course, my good man. But 2 people have died. Gone to their deaths.
We circus folks expect the worst always, Mr. Flintheart. In the circus, a bad box office is more of a tragedy than a death.
Yes, I see what you mean, my dear man. Bad box office. Yes.
Miss Schill, I wonder if I could have a look at the costume that Zelda was wearing when she was killed.
Certainly, Mr. Tracy. I've got it right here. I was thinking of sending it to her folks. There, you can see. It's hardly been damaged.
Yes, autopsy showed she died of a broken neck when the elephant picked her up by the cape and tossed her.
Yes. This cape is pretty badly ripped and torn, old man. Egad! Egad, take it away!
What is it, Vitamin?
This cape, old man, it affects me the way the cats do. Makes me sneeze. Zounds!
Cats. Miss Schill, how do the elephants and the big cats get along?
They hate each other. Why?
If the elephant smelled the scent of one of your tigers...
He kicked up an awful fuss. You mean that cape? Zelda's cape?
Yes, the cape had the scent of a tiger on it.
Oh, it's Buckins, Tracy, old man. I see what you mean. That's why I sneezed just now.
Yes, and that's why the elephant went berserk last night. Come on, Schill. We gotta find Feline.
Miss Trueheart? Oh, you frightened me for a minute. can't see you very well. It's so dark.
I met you yesterday for a moment. I'm Faye Line.
The Tiger Lady?
That's right. I saw you stop your car in the parking lot. I had to see you. It's about those pictures you took of the accident to Zelda.
Oh, did Tracy send you to look for me? Sorry I'm so late. I was making enlargements. I know how anxious he is for Miss Schill to see the pictures.
Schill. Yes. I see.
Well, I'd better take them over to him. That's Miss Schill's office wagon over there, isn't it?
Tracy wants Schill to look at them, right?
Yeah, he thinks perhaps a circus man will be able to see what poor Duckfoot saw in them. Well, I've got to get them over to them.
Wait.
Yes?
They're not in the office wagon.
They're not?
No. They're waiting for you in my tent. It's right this way. Come on.
Certainly.
Those pictures. You've got all of them with you?
Why, yes.
Negatives, too?
Yes. You know, I was in such a rush to get over here after I finished enlarging the prints that I just jammed everything into this envelope and dashed out of my apartment.
Negatives, too.
Why are you so interested in the negatives, Miss Lyon?
Interested? I'm not. Tracy said he wanted them too. That's all.
Wonder why he wanted the negatives.
Oh, here's my tent. Step in.
Thank you. Why, it's dark in here. They're not here.
They'll be back in a minute. Here, I'll switch on the dressing table lights. There we are.
What's that?
That's Baby, my pet tiger. He's the star of my act. I keep his cage here in my dressing tent.
He's not the one who...
Baby? No, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Would you, Baby? See?
Do you suppose we had to go look for them? Miss Schill and Tracy?
They said they'd be back. May I look at the photos?
Why, yes. Here. There they are.
Yes. Yes, it's quite plain. So Duckfoot was right.
Then you see it too. What is it? What are you doing?
I'm burning these pictures, Miss Trueheart. Burning the evidence.
You? Then you killed Zelda. And Duckfoot.
Yes. I took her cape, wrapped it around Baby here all night. It had a scent of my tiger on it. Then, when Zelda's elephant smelled it, she went wild and trampled the cape. I killed Duckfoot because he knew.
Why, you fiend! You horrible woman! Get out of my way!
You're not leaving here, Miss Trueheart. At least, you're not leaving here alive.
What?
Give her, Baby. Give her for me.
No. No. Ah!
Tess! Tess! Tess!
Dick, look!
Stand back, Tess! Tess, are you alright?
Yes, Dick. I'm all right. Thanks to you. You were wonderful. Wonderful.
I heard you scream, and the tiger growled. I knew you were in danger.
Tracy, old man, what happened? Dad, is the beast dead?
Tracy shot him. It's Spade Line, Dick. She killed Zelda. She murdered Duckfoot, too.
Bay line? Sounds Mr. Schill and I saw her running out of this tent a moment ago.
Come on, we've got to go get her.
Mr. Tracy?
Which way she go?
That way, into the big animal tent.
She's the murderer.